Hey, hello, and welcome. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of Success Without Sacrifice. So today we are talking about why you need mentoring in leadership, why mentoring is so important to leadership. So I'm going to lay out the case for the benefits, and I'm also going to give you some tips on how you can implement mentoring in your own career and leadership journey, and how you can implement mentoring within your organization or department as well. So I've got some tips for you today. Stay tuned. All right, so first of all, mentoring is one of those things that gets overcomplicated, and we really need to simplify it because it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool for you in your career, but yet it's widely underutilized. According to an ATD study, Association for Training and Development, 70% or over 70%, probably by now, of the Fortune 500 companies have formal mentoring programs. Yet so many people don't take advantage of them. So, mentoring is something out there. It's something that can help you. You just have to know how to find it and implement it. So first of all, I want to make the case for why you, as a woman in leadership or a woman who aspires to be in leadership, it is so important. Two things. One, it benefits you as the person when you incorporate it into your own career or leadership journey. But two, it also benefits the organization in a number of ways. So from an individual standpoint, you have people that can open doors for you, invite you to the table. You create more visibility within your organization. You have people who are willing to brainstorm ideas with you. You have people that you can bounce things off of, a sounding board of sorts, especially if you're willing to or about to take a step outside of your comfort zone. It's having that resource base of people that will tell you what it is that you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. Okay. So they are there for you. So as an individual, you are more likely as a mentee to get promoted. But even as a mentor, not necessarily a mentee, there are benefits as well. So the learning always goes two ways. So talking about the benefits for an organization, and this is where the rubber really hits the road from a profit standpoint, right? When you have mentoring incorporated into your organization, you have a way to bring in different ways of thinking, different ways of ideating. It's the group think gets thrown out the window, which can be a very dangerous thing when you have a lot of people saying, okay, yes, I agree, instead of really going for that diversity of thinking. So that is one of the benefits to an organization. But the other benefit, and especially today, there are so many initiatives with diversity, equity, and inclusion that programming is absolutely essential to organization to help break down those unconscious biases and get qualified people into the pipeline. And mentoring is something that can supplement your DE&I programming as well. Because when you have an opportunity to put different people together, people of different backgrounds, but yet a common goal in a mentoring relationship, they get to know each other as people. They start to form that bond and relationship. They become resources for each other. And so once you get by that barrier where you get to know people as people and you can see that there are common elements, that you have things in common, it starts to build that trust and rapport. And a lot of times that is something that doesn't come out of DE&I programming. So mentoring is an opportunity to layer it in within your organization. The other benefit to mentoring in an organization is that you are getting more women in the pipeline. And let me just be clear, it is not about replacing men, pushing men aside. It is not an either or, it's an and. So how do you get diversity in the pipeline to senior management and leadership? So to increase that slate of qualified candidates, mentoring is a way that you can help fill that pipeline. So that benefits the organization. Also, with mentoring, and as women move into senior management roles, they move into executive leadership roles, perhaps board positions, the women who are coming up behind them, the young and emerging women, the aspiring leaders, have an opportunity to say, okay, I see that. And that's something I want for myself. And so a lot of times having that ability to see it so that they can believe it can be incredibly powerful. So that's why. And let me just give you a quick definition of mentoring. Mentoring, let's keep it simple. Mentoring is when someone who has more experience, has more knowledge, shares it with someone who has less experience and less knowledge. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. So it has nothing to do with it's your boss that has to mentor you. It can be anybody in the organization. It can be anybody outside of the organization. These days, we live in a global work environment. There are all kinds of social media out there. LinkedIn is something that I really enjoy, connecting with people on LinkedIn. Who are the people that have the skills that you need to acquire? Who are the people that have done what it is that you want to do? Find them. Ask them to mentor you. But being clear first on what it is that you need mentoring on. So let me give you the 3 tips as to how you, as a woman in leadership, can find a mentor to help you reach the next level of your leadership journey, or how you, as a woman in leadership, can incorporate mentoring for your teams so that there is that pipeline, so that there is an opportunity for growth. Because when there is, as an employee, when your company is willing to put a program like that together for you, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, you feel heard, understood, valued, and it creates loyalty. It creates engagement. And there just isn't another way or many other ways to create that feeling. So how do you incorporate it? So let's talk about 3 tips that you can incorporate mentoring either into your own leadership journey or into your team's journey for the next level of their career. So the first is that you always have to have clarity around what's next for you in your career. You have to be willing to explore that and understand what kind of mentor is it that you are looking for. If you are new to a position, if you are new to a leadership role, then perhaps you want someone there who can give you some overall guidance. But if you are up-leveling in a similar role or in your existing role, then perhaps it's a matter of obtaining a certain skill set, obtaining certain experience, and it's not the whole overall career or leadership journey. In which case, once you understand what it is that you need, then you can go out and find it. So figuring out the what it is that you need before you figure out the who that is you're going to ask to step into those shoes and mentor you. So having clarity on what your career and leadership goals are is essential. The second tip I have for you is that mentoring programs at work. So I mentioned that ATD says over 70% of Fortune 500 companies have formal mentoring programs. Does your organization have a formal mentoring program? Can you get into it? A lot of people I find don't take advantage of it. If it's there, then it's there for a reason. Make the ask. Likewise, if you are looking to support and advance members on your team, high potential talent, people you want to get into that leadership pipeline, can you get them into the mentoring program if it already exists? So it can benefit you as the individual. It can benefit the people that are on your team. So the third tip I want to give you is that leadership development programming is something that's becoming more and more popular. And I know I participate in it for my clients. Clients recognize from a diversity and inclusion standpoint, they want to have leadership training that also reflects a woman's voice or other diverse voices. So is there a leadership development program in your department, in your organization that you can take advantage of, or that you can have that talent that you've identified as high potential and have them participate in it? So one of the leadership development programming that I'm a part of, it is a great example of group mentoring. You create a cohort of people that come together in a container where they can be resources for each other, and they can share vulnerably where they're at, and they bond, even if they're from different organizations, but it can work inside of your organization as well, that they have an opportunity to support each other and help each other get to the next level, and then be there as part of their network and a resource for long-term relationships, which have benefits far beyond just the present. So those are the 3 things I would encourage you to do when you're thinking about mentoring either for yourself or for your organization. First is to have clarity around the goals, either career goals or leadership goals for yourself or for your team. The second is there a mentoring program that's sponsored by the organization? Can you get into it? Can you get your team members into it? And the third is participating in a leadership development program, separate from possibly a mentoring program. Can you get into it, or can you get your team members into it? And, whether you're a woman who wants more clarity about what is next for her in her career or leadership journey, or if you are interested in getting programming like this started in your organization, I would be delighted to have a conversation with you. If you could email me at debbie@gettingtoclarity.com, we'll grab some time on the calendar and see if I have the ability to help you. So with that, enjoy exploring mentoring in your leadership journey or in your leadership capacity for your team members. And until next time, here is wishing you all the clarity that you deserve. Have a really great day, and bye-bye for now.